Hey, good morning. Happy day after Thanksgiving. I'm sitting in my driveway and I just decided that before I go in there and really start relaxing with family and the kids and everything, that I'm gonna do this video for you guys because I promised a live video, but then I kind of figured everyone's gonna kind of be like visiting with family and relaxing, and it might actually be 2 days before you decide to jump back in the group and really check in and plug in again. But I had mentioned the other day that I wanted to talk about the difference between why power and willpower. And I think right now is the perfect time to talk about it. Not the day before Thanksgiving, but the day after. See, the day of Thanksgiving, I made a post yesterday and I told you, eat freely. Enjoy your company of your family and friends freely. Don't count calories. Don't restrict yourself. Don't hold back. Because, when you do that, it leads to regret. And we never want to be in a state where we're living emotionally in a state of regret. And so I was saying, don't count steps, like unplug completely. Like I still don't have my Fitbit on. I haven't put it on. And I usually wear that thing every single day of the week, except for Sundays. On Sundays, I usually take it off. And for a full 24 hours, like I don't wear it at all. And so it's like a mental thing. It helps me unplug from, how many calories have I burned and how many steps and all that. And it makes me more present. It's just that one little extra step that I'm able to take to make myself more present and focus solely on, being with my family, going to Sunday worship, all those things. So yesterday was like that. I took my Fitbit off and I just allowed myself to, be present with my kids. If you followed, me yesterday, anybody like in my Instagram stories or Facebook stories or anything like that, you saw we had a full-on family affair and we were able to, teach the kids about, cooking and listen to music together. And, then my family came over and we just absolutely had a blast. And I had allowed myself prior to say, okay, I'm not even going to think about the food in the way that I now think about food. When I see food, I see now, because I've trained my mind to be able to choose foods for health and healing and strength and endurance and energy and all those things, I see food as sources of the different kinds of fuel, the quality of fuel that I'm going to have in my body. So normally, every day of the week when I'm looking at my food, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, I want to eat this, and because I'm going to feel this way. Before I go start a high demanding activity for my workout or whatever, I'm going to eat this, or actually I fast before my workouts. But when I get done, I'm going to eat this, and I'm going to have my Shakeology, and I'm going to have greens and fats and all that. So when I look at food now, I see greens, I see fats, I see protein, and then I have this mental checklist, cause I've been living this for several years now, and I don't use my containers, like every day anymore. And I don't use my tracker like every day anymore because, I might still use my container to portion, but I don't necessarily tally it. Because it's kind of built in, and I have a pattern now to how I eat in the day every day to make sure that I hit my goals without having to tally mark or color in boxes and stuff. But this is why I teach you to do it early on, because it later becomes second nature, and you're able to live a whole lot more freely and not feel like I have to track and I have to do this and all that stuff, right? And so yes, it feels monotonous and laborious, in the beginning, but later it's freeing because, I'm able to just I know what to eat, when to eat in order to feel great every day consistently. But on Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, these holidays, I'm kind of like, what? I want to just focus on conversation and company, right? And so and there are certain foods that we always look forward to, and don't be ashamed of that. Don't feel guilty that you look forward to pumpkin pie or pecan pie or whatever it is, or grandma's mac and cheese casserole. You know what I'm saying? Or that green bean casserole that's full of the highly processed cream and mushroom soup. Like, don't feel bad about that, okay? If that, you have people coming and bringing foods that you don't know how they were prepared, don't stress about it, right? So that's why I said yesterday, like, just be in the moment and don't overanalyze the food. Don't think about it, okay? Because now the day after is when you just hop right back on the horse, I mean, I don't know about you, but I enjoyed those foods yesterday. But I can tell you, my brain literally felt the difference in when I was eating those foods, and it was like, whoa, like I felt the carb load like hit me, and the sugar load, it was like pulsing through the veins, and I felt heavy and my stomach felt different. So I felt all those different feelings, but I just focused on my brothers and my, their significant others and the kids and my husband and just all of us visiting together. And so now the day after, right? So some of us, maybe we extended a day or two, and that's okay. But when you're ready, like don't stay there for too long, right? I would say 3 days max. And then you hop back on the horse. You say, okay, now I'm going to tap in to my why power. See, there's this big difference between the willpower and the why power. The willpower is just about, I know I should do this. This is good for me. I should do it. I'm gonna do it. But that's weak. It might last a day. It might last one meal, but then the next meal when someone says, oh, have some more ice cream, and you fold and you cave. It's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. But then it's hard to get out of that cycle if you only rely on the willpower. That is you, just your mind, your external, like, I'm going to make myself do it. But why power is when you say, okay, I'm going to do this not just because I should, but I'm going to do it because, and you tie it to a very deep emotional reason why you started this getting healthy and fit to begin with. Because when you pull up that image in your mind of, being able to run with your kids, or being able to complete that marathon, or being able to complete that, that workout move, or whatever that deep-seated emotion is for the quality of life, or that personal goal that you've set for yourself, or the picture that you have in your mind of what life is like 1 year, 2 year, 5 years from now, when you are strong, healthy, and, full of power, fit, and, between you and your family and all your relationships, whatever that picture looks like, for after you've achieved what it is that you want to achieve, feel that emotion. You might have to close your eyes and imagine, like, I see it in my mind 5 years from now, 2 years from now, 1 year from now. How does it look and feel because I have accomplished this one big, hairy, scary goal? And just focus on how that feels. Like, it feels awesome, right? And then tapping into that feeling, that emotion, that why power. Now you have the emotion to fuel the willpower and actually do what you want to do and should do. But it's a deeper connectedness to the action that you're about to carry out. Okay. So that's my little pointer as we head into the day after Thanksgiving and the weekend. I hope you are fully enjoying your holiday. I am already teaching my classes. I just came from P90X, and now I've got to teach Turbo and Pyo tomorrow. But then come Monday, I am starting over with Shift Shop, and I'm probably going to do a Shift Shop and Turbo Kick hybrid is probably what I'm going to do. But we are still getting prepared to be obsessed. We're still, so if I'm going to keep posting that calendar, it's 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme and Chisel. So those workouts with Autumn Calabrese from now through the January, I think it's like 15th, 20th or something like that, when the new 80-day obsession comes out. We're getting ourselves revved up and ready for that program. I'm going to continue to post our healthy meal, our meal plans week to week. Since I'm going into Shift Shop, I'm going to make sure that my meal plans, whenever I post them, have high fat, low carb options for you, so that if you want to follow along that meal plan with me and slowly kind of decrease your carbs over the next 3 weeks until Christmas Day, you're able to do that. All right. So love you. More about that later. Bye.